Hello, FPL managers. You are welcome to another edition of the FPL Ambassador show, your one and only trusted FPL show every Thursday at 7 p.m. GMT. And once again, we have another FPL game week just ahead of us. And I have the national champion with me here, Senior Guy. Senior Guy, Charlie, how are you and how was your FPL break? How did you enjoy your break?
I'm good, bro. The FPL break was actually just a chance to study a couple of players that probably we would like to bring in. So it was just about studying the players and playing that. And sorry, praying that the the cup games for a few of your players that you wish to bring in they don't come they don't end up getting injured. The players that you want them to come in don't end up
Charlie.
getting injured. And the double game week that we were hoping for
Ha
should
ha
also come to pass.
ha.
And surely it did. And we'll see
Sure.
how that pans out.
Yes, it's true. That's very true about there. Though somebody said the only sad thing is that the latest news we got is that Rodrigo is injured. Rodrigo that we had really eyed down for the least double lap, the least double game week is injured, and he's injured for 2 months. So how? So sometimes you plan and you do your transfers. Like somebody say, some people did not buy Mitoma last week because they thought that Rodrigo will have a double this week, and then you buy Rodrigo down, knowing that Rodrigo will get your point, and then you come and then Charlie. But somebody say that is how the game is. The game always it goes to the left, it goes to the right, but it's how you always adapt to the game that shows how good and sharp and every manager you are as well. So,
Exactly.
as we were saying, it was a break, but it wasn't like a normal. Normal when you have an FPL break, you can just go off football for about, let's say, the whole 2 weeks break. But this one, actually, we're still monitoring things because our teams were just winning the FA Cup. And as you said, we were also concerned about the double game week, and it is confirmed officially for managers that Manchester United and then Leeds have a double game week, and Marcus Rashford is the most talked about player in the whole wide world. I don't even think I talk about FPL. He's the most talked about player in the whole wide world as well. So let's see. By the end of the show, we'll know whether we'll have to triple captain Rashford or not to triple captain Rashford. So I remind managers to like the video, share it as well, comment, let us know what are your concerns going forward. So I think any key thing from game week 21, it's long ago, but I think one or two things that you think we can pick up from game week 21 before we talk about game week 22, which is just ahead of us.
Oh, okay, so game week 21. It was all about Haaland. It was all about Haaland. I'll just say it's 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 a Haaland game. Once Haaland plays a single fixture, or everyone is playing a single fixture, you don't go by captaining any other one aside Haaland. So
So
it's surely a Haaland game. Once Haaland is in the season, I just advise managers that once he's playing, everyone is playing a single fixture, captain Haaland.
yes, but when it's a double feature and somebody has a better double feature than Haaland, then that one you can go against Haaland. So I just think Haaland is the FIFA captain is enough. Don't. I know tactical. Algorithm always say that he's captain the differential captain. He'll go and captain Sterling. He'll go and captain Salah. Please, you beg you. The game is like that. We have over 85% of managers owning Erling Haaland. And it's like that almost every time about 70% are captaining him. And if he scores and you don't captain him, you are really going to drop. And I've said it countless times on the show. The reason why my rank is so bad is that on all the 3 times that Haaland has scored a hat-trick, I didn't captain him. I went to captain Mo Salah. So Mo Salah, if I want to edit it, I'll just continue with Haaland over there. I think we talked about Newcastle double defense, but because the Newcastle blank is coming in blank game 25, you can avoid, but managers should just watch there over there. And then the Arsenal assets aside that all the 3 Arsenal front guys, either you're going Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, and then Eddie Nketiah, all of them are good. Choose the ones you want and then go. It's true that Martinelli has not started scoring yet, but no, you don't know. He might hit it there for us there. Okay, so you're reminding managers to join the league. The 1,000 Ghana cedis is up for grabs. Last year, Neo Sebana got the money. In fact, Neo Sebana was supposed to come on today, but he said he has to attend something. So managers, Neo Sebana will come and tell us how he spent his money as well. But this year, our 1,000 Ghana cedis is being sponsored by West Engineering Consultancy Services. And reminder managers, the code is there I2G9ZF. So you can join and make sure you subscribe and interact with the channel. So we'll have a quick video from our sponsors and then we'll move to our main discussion for today. So any people that also want to sponsor us or join us, we are here to all go together as well. So okay, Chinaga, we've had some January transfers. The deadline closed. In fact, before I continue, which signing was a surprise signing to you? This January transfer window for you. Was it surprise signing or either leaving or coming? Anyone?
I think I would say Junjo Solvi moving from Newcastle to Nottingham Forest.
Sure.
Yes, if you look at Newcastle, they don't have enough depth in their midfield. So once they were having Junjo coming back from injury and deciding to sell him, it was quite a strange one, and they didn't actually replace him with anyone decent midfielder, central midfielder that you would name. So it was quite surprising. Aside that, all those moves that came about were a couple of panic buys from a few of the teams and a decent buys from one or two teams as well. So that is, and I would say Harry Shooter joining Leicester City from Stoke City is a good one for Leicester City as well because Leicester, they have been leaking a lot of goals these days, and Harry Shooter, as we all know, is quite a good defender that I think bringing him in would help settle their defense a bit. So I think that is, if we want to talk about a bit more, I think would get um, Enzo Fernandez coming in from Benfica to Chelsea. It's a huge one, but I believe Enzo would live up to the bill. He's a good player. So if you watch him during the World Cup and even before the World Cup, also a couple of games that you'll be able to watch as Benfica, I think he's quite a decent player when he's being coached and guided well. I think he will do well. So it's one of those things. Joao Felix is also a very good buy for Chelsea. Looking at the Chelsea setup, I think they don't really have an out-and-out striker. Aubameyang is there, but he's not really getting that amount of games that he would wish to get. So Joao Felix will come in and do a decent job in there. I think Sambo Nakonga he left Arsenal to Crystal Palace on loan. Crystal Palace have I was surprised by that move because Crystal Palace they are having a lot of good midfielders than Lakonga. I don't know the improvements that Lakonga will bring into their squad. So I was a bit surprised. They brought in Lakonga on loan from Arsenal and Antoine Semenyo joining from Bristol City. I don't know. Belmont, they don't have much problem in their attacking side. I think they were playing Kiefer Moore and Dominic Solanke. Antoine Semenyo is joining in, so let's see
Charlie,
how it goes. He's one of
that,
our own, so we are praying that
one of
it
our
goes
own,
well for him.
sure,
Yes,
sure.
sure. So we are just
So
hoping
that's
that
that's
it goes well for him.
Charlie. The saddest FPL news is Jao Cancelo, our own Cancelo of great FPL memory has left. Pep Guardiola. Oh Pep, what have we done to you to just make us lose make us lose Cancelo like that? Actually, somebody also says that Cancelo going makes it more easier for us to predict the City defense a bit better. But somebody says even that one, Pep will rotate. He can even kind of put Gundogan as left back. So that's it with the first half of play. But I think Leandro Trossard will also be a good buy for Arsenal as they push for the title, so they can rotate their play, because as we go on, some teams will need to rest some of their players and then have the chat as well. And the second half, I know we talked about Cody Gakpo, but Charlie Akwame, who they are in Liverpool. I think Manchester buying Marcel Sabitzer in defense. I mean, as a center midfielder will be good, especially as now Christian Eriksen is what do you call it? Yes, as well. And I think Nottingham Forest getting Keylor Navas as Henderson is injured will also be a very, very, very good buy for them. And we'll see. But my most surprising move was to see that Danny Ings move from Aston Villa to West Ham. Seriously, I didn't see that coming from anywhere. But I think these are, and one thing about general transfers is managers don't rush and buy any player. You can't go ahead of the curve. I don't know why some people they say they want to go ahead of the curve and buy the player. Akwanaga's on board, no, also go ahead of the curve. Relax and let's see how the team, the players are going to adapt. So these are their prices, and I'm sure by next week we would have seen some of them, and we can make the call on these players as well. So now these are Roland's key picks for this week. These are Roland's key picks for this week. Roland says that he's going with Martinez of Aston Villa. When United Emery came out, keeping some very good clean sheets there. So Martinez is doing everything, and they are playing Leicester at home. They can keep the clean sheet there. And Ben Mee of Brentford, even though Brentford have the blank game with 25. Somebody says sometimes we think so much about what is happening in the future, and we lose the points now. Like Mitoma, boys are saying, "Oh, Mitoma is going to blank," and they won't buy him, and the guy who scored the goals to the blank. When we get to the blank, you can sell him. You can even bench him. So that means Brentford against Southampton at home, he can keep the very clean sheet there. And then Roland says that Son has not been talking about that so much this season, but this might be the time that Son will surely hit. And when Son hits the form, it's good. He scored a brace in the FA Cup game, and Son is not that kind of tricky player. Sometimes when he hits and he scored the second game, he says goes so he's somebody. And one thing about Spurs is they play better against possession-based teams. So like City will possess, and then they will play on the counter there. And Nketsiah, I think last week during our review of Gameweek 17-21, managers, if you have not watched that, that's our best show this season. I had seen a guy here with me, and then I had Precious Arku, two top FPL managers. We reviewed after the World Cup. So go and watch it and pick all the key tips about how the FPL has been since the restart, and then what to do as well. And Nketsiah is a player to own in there as well. And the differential player, this guy, I don't know how to pronounce. They say his name is pronounced Nonto or Gnonto or what. I mean, who the way a boss side. Yeah. Leeds a budget forward for Leeds at 5.0 or 4.6. Managers can look to get him, especially if Leeds have fans for you want to buy Bruno, you can buy Bruno in there, and he's playing very well. Leeds are playing against Nottingham Forest away, and then at least they'll get some goals against Nottingham Forest, even though Forest are keeping some very good clean sheet there. And then Roland says that his captaincy is Bruno. Roland feels that sometimes in a double game week, sometimes the main guy doesn't do the job, but Bruno is fond of. I think Bruno is one of these. Every double game with Bruno that tends to really do very well there. And Bruno has been playing, has really picked back his form after the World Cup. And normally one is also a tricky player, so Bruno is his captain there. So I think I'll talk about mine, and then Sinagaga, you give us your take on these key players there. I am going with Raya in Pool. I know I said I needed to get my response to buy back Raya, but Raya is still doing the job. So Raya is somebody to watch. And then Estupinan, Brighton. Brighton are facing Bournemouth, and we are expecting goals. In fact, if we have a Stupinan, Solimatch, and then Mitoma, any of them are going to do the job for Brighton this week because they are playing against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, I don't know whether they don't know how to score goals, but maybe today Antoine Semenyo will score some goals. But at least, even if he loses his clean sheet, Stupinan was going to give some assist there. He's very, very involved over there. The midfielder is Rodrigo. Just after I put my list all throughout the whole day, and then I come and meet this news in the evening that Rodrigo is in there. So I think I'll have to change my midfielder. I'm sure I'll give managers an update before I finish the slide as well. And then Nketsiah, I also agree with Rowland. Nketsiah is the guy to own. Nketsiah is Nketsiah. Nketsiah is Nketsiah. Then I say my differential is plus Bruno with an asterisk. Somebody say, how can Bruno be a differential? Most managers by now own Shaw and then Rashford. So if you want to really have a differential, you need to get Bruno so you have three. Because United are playing against two teams with very, in quote, weak defenses. Crystal Palace and then Leeds. After the restart, Crystal Palace and Leeds have not had quite very good defenses. And United are on form, scoring goals left, right, and center. And Bruno is getting involved. So even if you have Rashford and triple captain Rashford, it might be good to have Bruno as a differential. So it's good to have all the three plus Shaw, and that will be the way to go. And then captaincy is Marcus Rashford. Charlie, I don't know where this guy went to get his form from, but Charlie, Sinaga, do you know where Rashford went to get that his form from, Charlie? I can't remember when we got
I can't really tell. So I'll take in from Roland's pick. Roland, if you would go back a bit so
Yeah,
that
I'll go back. Yeah, sure.
so Roland had Martinez a post. Martinez
Aston Villa.
is a good one. Aston Villa. Well, when since Emre came in, I think they have been keeping a couple of clean sheets. Defensively, they are a bit organized now. So I would say Martinez is a good one. And then me of Brentford, Brentford is also keeping good clean sheets of late. Brentford is playing Southampton at home. It's not that easy. But Southampton are trying to avoid
Avoid the
the
relegation.
relegation. Yes, they are in a relegation scrap over there. So it's going to be a tricky one. I am not sure that Brentford is going to keep a clean sheet against Southampton. Southampton, even though offensively they are not that sharp, I think against Brentford they could score at least one goal. They are
One
least that
ballad
they could
goal.
score is one. So May is even though it's a good one, I think there are other defenders that we could have looked at. Medford, Son, you rightly said once one gets in form and starts scoring, I think it is continuous. So I think he had grace in the FA Cup game that they played. I think against City, a difficult one. But you cannot say Son it's not worth the try. Son could still do something once he's in good form. And Nketsiah is also the striker that you have to look at. I think he's in good form, and Arsenal are playing really well. So Nketsiah really known too. I think it's a very good pick. Against United, I am not sure that they will get in the number of goals that they would want, but against Nottingham Forest, I could see it to be a high scoring game. So once really Nonto is in there, definitely he will get in a good return against Nottingham Forest. Captaining Bruno is also not bad. You see, United once, but the only thing is now this guy is injured, Ericsson. So I
Yeah.
don't know whether Bruno comes into the middle with Casemiro. You see, when Ericsson was there, Bruno used to be playing the 10 position. Either he plays the 10 or he gets to the one of the wing positions. You understand? But
Yeah.
now that Ericsson is injured, I don't know whether they will drag him back to come and pair Casemiro in the center of the midfield and get someone playing in the 10 position, or he will still maintain the the
I,
the,
I,
the
personally, I think he'll still be up front. Maybe he'll play Fred. He'll play Fred and then Casemiro this week, and then maybe next week the Sabosa guy would then partner Casemiro there because there's no clear cut number 10 to play the Bruno role as well. So I think that's how I think. But someone say we just have to observe and see how things will go for Ten Hag this weekend.
so once he plays the 10, then it's a decent differential. I think, as you said, if if you have Rashford and Shaw, you can still bring in Bruno to triple up the United players in your team. I have two defenders, United defenders, and Rashford, so I don't think I'll be going in for Bruno. So I don't think I'll be going in for Bruno. So Rashford is captaincy choice. I think most of managers will be captaining him, and I think it's surely right. He's in a good form that at any given moment he can give the points. So captain Rashford is also a good one.
Rashford, okay. I would have wanted to ask you what to do with triple captain, but I'm sure as we go forward, we'll talk about the triple captain, whether to triple captain Rashford or not. So managers, we are in double game week 22, whereby Man U is playing Palace and Leeds, and then Leeds is playing Forest and then Man U. But then note that in game week 23, City are also going to play Arsenal and Aston Villa, and then Arsenal will play Brentford and City. And then be informed that because of the FA Cup games, the Carabao Cup games, Man U and Newcastle are in the final. Therefore, 25 there's going to be a blank which coincides with the Carabao EFL Cup final. So Brentford and Brighton, their opponents for that week, are going to miss. So now, after this game 22, start looking at your squad and see. Now you have transfer for game 23, 24, and 25. Find a way whereby by game 25 you can get at least 8 or 9 players to play. So you don't have to use your free because they are going to be more. This is inside that the double game weeks and then the blanket are going to be maybe. So just keep your arsenals in your pocket, and then when things become a little bit clearer, you can know what to do over there. So, senior guy, this is your last team from last week. What are the key transfers that you are doing this week? Rodrigo,
Okay,
sorry.
so this week Rodrigo is out. It's quite unfortunate that I was really counting him. I had just brought him
Oh,
in game week 21.
oh,
Thinking ahead that he comes in game week 22 and plays the double for me. But he just gave me, I think, 2 points and now he's out injured. So it's quite unfortunate. I think I will maintain this squad and just bring in Willie Nonto in for Wilson. Callum Wilson is not playing that well. I think because Alexander Isak is there, so he barely plays 90 minutes in the games for Newcastle. Because you know that Isak is also equally good. So once he plays say 60 minutes, they bring him out for Isak to also come and play. And once the player is not playing 90 minutes, then you are not guaranteed any goals and points. So I'll just um, sell Wilson and bring in really Ronaldo. I think that is the only
that's the only transfer.
transfer
So,
that
so
I've
who
thought
will
of
you
for
bring into
now.
your team? Will you bring White into the team or you bring Andres into the team? I mean, since
So I'll
maybe
definitely bring
Rodrigo,
White. I'll definitely bring White. So White is playing
Everton.
Everton away. So I'm starting White, and I'll just bring in Ronaldo in place of Callum Wilson. Then I'll
Okay.
put Rodrigo on the bench.
So let me ask you a question one week ahead of time. I see you have no Arsenal attackers. What's your plan to get an Arsenal attacker? And then do you by any chance have any plan to get Riyad Mahrez?
Okay, so what I'll do is I don't want to take a negative for now. That is why I'm not even bringing in an Arsenal attacker. Next week, I'm selling Rodrigo for Odegaard. So Odegaard definitely comes in my team next week. I'm looking at Maris too. I see the Tottenham game is quite a tricky one. That is why I've not thought of bringing him in this game week. So I'm looking at Maris too. So it's either I saw Rodrigo for um, Rodrigo for what is the name? Odegaard.
Odegaard.
And yes, and I'll just unless I don't want to sell him because it's a per his price is quite a good pick at the price that he's in now. That is
Yeah.
why he's still in my team. So it's either I saw Rodrigo for Mares or Rodrigo for Odegaard.
Okay. 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 Especially as City and then Arsenal have double features in game 53. Okay, so that is very true. There. So, but just funny enough, I realized one thing about double game. Sometimes we think so much about attackers, and then defenders rather get the clean sheet. We get 12-12. We get a 6-1, they get a 12-12. So sometimes you get a 20 from the back, while the front guys will give you anything. So managers, if your team decide that, even though we are talking about full attack, try and go attack. If your team is such that maybe you have a Cancelo, you want to sell a Cancelo, you can double up on a United defender, and then next week you can change that United defender to a City defender or an Arsenal defender. So just use the spots, use the transfers cautiously, and then try and then sort many other things. So then this is my team. This is my team here. This is my team here. So my team, this week I'll put Aki on the bench. What is it? Hey, I'll put Aki on the bench. I'm playing Bueno. Bueno is playing Liverpool at home. Liverpool attack is toothless. Right? It's like I don't know what is wrong with your team. So I'm doing that giddy. I know Rowland is watching. When I was I probably guess how he will do the mistake. When he come, they will come and cry to me. So I'm playing. That's how I'm playing. My transfer is I'm bringing Bruno for De Bruyne this week, and then next week I'll bring back De Bruyne. So my transfer is that I'll bring Bruno for De Bruyne, and next week I'll bring back how do you call it, De Bruyne. Either next week I'll bring back De Bruyne, or if I think I have coins, I'll upgrade Almiron to Maris. So then I'll have Bruno and then Maris. Or because next week too, Bruno will face Leeds again, but that will be an away game. And Leeds are fond of conceding goals over there. Mitrovic, I think next week maybe too I'll bring Eddie Nketiah next week. So is it that this week I'll bring Eddie Nketiah? I don't do a -4 this week. Especially as Eddie Nketiah does not have it doesn't have a double game week this week. And then I think that Sean Dyche, that Everton game, managers, early kickoff, Saturday morning, Saturday branch time, guys should be careful. Because Sean Dyche might pull an upset. Even though Arsenal might win, Arsenal might struggle. So managers should just be cautious about that from there. I think little by little we are setting ourselves up for the final games as well. And then I am triple captaining Rashford. So I'll do that officially. I'm joining the triple captain party. I know seeing that guy is not joining the triple captain party. So it's very simple. De Bruyne to Bruno for one transfer, and then triple captain Rashford, vice captain Bruno, and then we'll proceed from there. That's how my team looks there. Sinaga, any comments?
So for my team, I didn't even talk about Salah. I think I wanted to sell Salah long ago, but I don't know why he's still in my team. I don't even know what I'm going to do with him. Salah is not in form, and I don't see him improving any time soon. So I even forgot he's still in my team. I will definitely sell him. Even if it's a -4 that I have to take, I'll sell Salah. It's not in form, and I don't see him coming in
So
form anytime soon. So your team is good. Just that I still think it is too early to triple captain Rashford. Um, you can take the risk and triple captain him, but I still feel that there will be much decent games to come compared to this is a a good fixture. It is playing Crystal Palace at home and Leeds at home. It's a very good, decent fixture for United to just score a lot of goals. But I still think it is too early to captain triple captain.
Sure. I think one of the reasons why I do the triple captain is number one, Rashford. We might never get Rashford off home again. like the way Miguel Almiron's form has vanished. We might never get Rashford off home again. So that is one. And then number two, he has very good features. And then we don't have Champions League games to interfere with it. Sometimes the latter part, the Champions League games are interfering, and then there's some benching and stuff. I thought Rashford to play all the 2 games, and so that is why I'm triple captaining him. And I think this might be the best time to captain him. If he gives us 2 goals, but Rashford, please, we want 3 goals, 2 assists over there. over the course of the double game in there. Okay, so now the FPL Ambassadors League, as we said, and managers should join, use the code and join, and then subscribe to the channel as well. Let's comment. There's a new leader. Holy FC has now overtaken Mo 11. Rowland is in 3rd position. Rowland says that this year we are defending the title. Marlvin, our co-host on FPL Sabbatical League, is also here, and then Alex, 2021 Ghana champion is also in 8th position as well. So Sally, guys, very soon I'll enter the top. I'll enter the top 10 of our show. So the triple captaincy is 2 things. Either you decide to triple captain Rashford now, or you feel that there might be a better chance. Sometimes also, as Precious said last week, sometimes it's better to have it in your pocket for game week 34, game week 37. But sometimes I feel that game with 34, I might be playing my bench boost and free hit because of how I'm planning to play my game. That's why I'm planning on doing it now, and I don't think about it again because I might never ever get Rashford on form at this time. Now, guys, what should managers do to Cancelo? Cancelo has left. What should they do to that Cancelo replacement? Who would be the best player for them to replace with Cancelo?
So Cancelo has left and it has reduced the burden of managers. You see, Cancelo before prior to the start of the season, you say Cancelo is a must-have. Cancelo along with Trent and a couple of the other defenders. So you know that Cancelo and Trent are must-haves, and you get other 3 to make up your 5 defenders. But now Cancelo is no more, and Trent is also totally out of form. So it reduces the headache, and there is amount that he would have to bring in Cancelo now. It has reduced the headache on FPL managers. We have Trippier. Trippier is player player on form. So Trippier is in the team. You can also look at Luke Shaw if you are not having him already. You can look at Luke Shaw. You can if you want to double up. I think double up on Newcastle defense is a good one. So you can look at either Shah or Portsmouth or Ben. I think any of them is okay because they will all play. They will all play, even though they don't really give attacking returns, but defensively you are guaranteed that a couple of clean sheets will do. So I think a replacement for Cancelo is any of the defenders in the Newcastle aside Trippier that you have already.
So, what about those who want to take Nathan Ake? In another, they want to go another City defender again. Almost right there.
Okay, so another City defender, I would not advise managers to do that, but it could also work out well. Nathan Ake, I'm sure that now that Cancelo has left, he should be the number 3 spot should be his own. For the few matches that they have played recently, I think Nathan Ake doesn't even play in the center of the defense. I think now he plays left back. So he's one of the few defenders in the City team that you can say is probably guaranteed a starting bet. But you cannot, it is not certain because Guardiola can do his thing at any time. as you rightly said, you will be there and you see Gundogan playing the number 3 position, and now Arku is on the bench.
Yeah, so managers, these are the key issues to watch out for this double game in 22. It's a Friday deadline. I want to repeat again. It's a Friday deadline. Some of us are always fond of doing our transfers on Saturday. Yet tomorrow Chelsea are playing Fulham. Make your time and watch the Chelsea team and see either Mudryk or Felix are players that you need to want to own over the next period of time. We are hearing that with James and Chilwell are back in training. We are expecting that maybe around game week 24 going, the Chelsea team might be able to gel and then start getting some very good returns on them, because sometimes some of the games I want to it will have some blanks, and when some teams are blank, we need the other players we're not considering at all. So that these are some key things the managers should note as well. Going towards game week 25, blank game week 25, what you can do is check the number of players in your team and see if you can make transfers to be able to get at least 8 to 9 players in your team. If you have 8 to 9 players by game 25, there's no need to free hit. But if your team is so filled with Newcastle, Man U, Brentford, and then Brighton players, and maybe I was thinking about maybe how to free hit, and then you will see it from there as well. So, managers, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. The code is still there, 1,000. And then as by game week 30, we'll close the league so nobody can join. So if you want to join, you better join, and you might see. And I'll also say, next week there might be a very, very big surprise on the show. There will be a very, very, very big, and when I say big, I mean very, very, very big surprise. So there will be a very, very big surprise on next week's show. You can't miss next week's show, and it's going to be a very great show here. So as again, I'm joined by the senior guy himself, Officer Godson Ameya. I won't mention the other one. We want to go and search. He's a top FPL manager, top professional in his work as well. And he's glad to always be with us to share tips as well. And as we said, please do the simple things. Don't overthink. Tactical Aguero. Don't go and captain a Joao Felix or Mudryk. Yeah, catch it. I started now. If you do that, you always be going back. This week, the captaincy is either Rashford or Bruno. If you think that you still believe in Haaland to do the job against, you can do that. But this week, this is the week that you can choose not to captain Haaland. Those of you who fear Haaland, this week don't fear him. But Charlie, hey, what will be very painful is that we'll captain Rashford and Haaland is quite happy. Charlie, please, Haaland, please, this week, all we need from you is just 2 goals. Rashford, we need 3 goals, 2 assists from you in the double game week.
And assists from Rashford.
That's you could be here smiling very much. So managers, thank you very much, and we are glad that you are always supporting us for everything you are doing for us. And then we'll surely meet, God willing, next week at 7 p.m. GMT. All the best to your teams, and it's a Friday deadline. Don't forget, lock in your teams as well. Senior guy, I salute them.
Bro.
Okay.
All right, bro. Okay.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.